Good evening, good morning, or whatever you are. 3:24 happened and I went horribly in picks, but I was almost right in many cases, almost, and then it didn't work out, especially the main event. But I would just rank the fights because I want to be different. So we're gonna rank the fights, and if you already watched them, if you didn't watch them, whatever, or just for fun. So let's start with a random one. Let's start with Alex Perez versus Charles Jones. What was that? That was such a weird performance from Michael Johnson. I don't know what's wrong with him. Anytime he's like fighting to get ranked or like get up there, he just gets chinned or loses. He just wins, loses against bums like Cody Durden or something, and then Perez chins him. Like Perez is not a bad fighter, but like usually Perez does nothing. This type of Perez that came out in this fight usually comes out when he's losing his job. When Perez is losing his job, he just comes out and kills people like he did against Nicolau. I just don't understand the performance, the idea, the game plan. What the fuck? Kicking against the cage. What was that? Why is he kicking against Perez? That makes no sense. And why is a body kick and not a front kick? What? It was a weird performance from Michael Johnson, and it reminds me like a little bit of like Sean Woodson faking it. And Perez was like Danny. It kind of reminded me of that. Is that you're so tall, you cut so much weight and like stuff like that you just get shit. It was bad, but in terms of like the fight, it wasn't like a great fight because it was just Perez chilling him. So what the fuck? Why is DNC reversed? I would put it like it's not a bad thing to watch, but it's not entertaining at all to me. So like C maybe. Yeah, C. Let's put a C tier. Let's see. Let's put something that is funny. What is he? Josh Hockey versus Denzel Freeman. That's A, just for funniness. It's a funny fight. The funniest bit. If you watch this with bedtime MMA as commentary, the best shit you ever see. because bedtime peaked Denzel Freeman. So Josh Hockey just came out and just bullied Denzel Freeman. And Denzel Freeman, like his last fight, did nothing. Like no strikes at all. He just got chucked around. And Josh Hockey is athletic. Like he can move about. He can like wrestle really well. He like spins. Like you see like a type of scramble that you only see like in the lower weight classes. So that's impressive to me. As a heavyweight. It's not that strong, but it's like doesn't have insane KO power, but it kind of fights kind of like a pressure, volume striker and grappler. Like against these fatties, dude, he fucking kills them. So like if you put him against Shamil Gaziev, he just kills them. Yeah, man. he just topples him over. Yeah. And then the funniness, like, because it's A tier, because he KO'd him with like a middle finger, like voodoo magic. So A tier, this is a funny rewatch, especially because it's heavyweight. So something that is not funny as heavyweight, it's Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. If you give like Derek Lewis Josh Hockey, I bet Derek Lewis fucking chins him in one punch because it's Derek Lewis. But in theory, Josh Hockey should just fucking bowl him for like 2 rounds, and then Derek Lewis will do this again and just flop on the foot. Like it was so bad. And the worst thing about this fight, the worst thing about this fight is like the footwork of these guys. Waldo fucking sucks. Like, because he KO Shamil and Delija after like Delija had like a adrenaline dump and stuff like that. The fight should have been stopped, but for some reason they resumed it. You shouldn't be doing that. If the stoppage of the fight is longer than like 5 minutes, it should be a no contest or a draw, whatever. Anyway, like, because he killed 2 people, for some reason now he's the genius, this Waldo guy. Even though he lost to Spivak, I don't care what anyone says. Like, he sucks. And the footwork on this fight was fucking, like, they were parallel. These 2 guys, they were parallel to the cage. Just, I don't know, man. Missing every shot, missing every overhand was Lewis. Just no jabs, like low kicking. Waldo has no low kick defense because he doesn't care, you know what I mean? It was fucking disgusting. And Lewis just flopped over and just surrendered. Disgusting. That was disgusting. I don't want to see it anymore. Atema Gutierrez versus Pulyev. I said that Gutierrez is not that good. It's still true. He's not that good. He just has a lot of power, and Pulyev doesn't protect his chin that well, so he was able to like hit him. I would put it, in terms of like technique, it's not that good, but in terms of like fun, it's an A to me. Like a fun fight. Like, Pulyev never like surrendered, or like the other fighters that Gutierrez fought. He always gritted down, tried to fight. The problem with Pulyev is that he has no power at all. And by the way, Gutierrez is not fucking 6'4". What are we talking about here? This dude is not 6'4". I don't know why that's spoken, but he's not as tall as Gun. What the fuck? Problem with fucking Gutierrez is that he sucks at fighting. Like, he has no people say he has great boxing. He has no boxing. What are we talking about? Have you seen his footwork? He just swings. He swings overhands and hooks. That's what he does. And he's pretty good at hitting. If he hits you, it hurts you. Okay? That's like the upside. The problem is that these type of fighters, like in round 3, he did nothing. He just missed everything. So if he was like a 5-rounder, Pulyev maybe wins. You know what I mean? That's the thing with this guy, is that he's bad. You say he's 23. So why isn't he UFC then? Why is he here now? Just let him like find a regional scene or something. Like, why are we doing this? So if he fights like higher, I tell you this, okay? If you give him like correct matchmaking, he can get up to the rankings. Maybe think of this: if you give him like Kopilov and then you give him Dolidze, maybe he gets ranked. I think Abu beats him, and Abu sucks. I mean, like, and his wrestling is kind of like a red flag to me. Like, I don't know how good it is. So, but the fight was nice. I said in my prediction, I said it would be Pulyev would win. He didn't, but would like make it close or whatever, because he has body kicks and jabs to the body and like has techniques and moves and can move. And whereas Gutierrez doesn't move, and that's still true. He doesn't move. So, but it was a good fight. It was a good fight, fun to watch. I was screaming like, yes, my pick was correct, and then round 2 gets cracked, and I just fucking, god damn it, why did you get cracked in round 2? If he didn't get cracked in round 2, he would have won, but he got cracked in round 2, and it is how it is. It's life. Let's pick something boring. Umar Nurmagomedov, this Davison Figueiredo, it was disgusting. It's not as bad as Waldo, but dude, Umar, people say he's a great striker. I don't know what people smoke at night, you know what I mean? I don't know what people think or do. They think they have opinions and they believe that, oh, you KO Ronnie Barcelos. Wow, congrats. He outstruck Corey Sandhagen, and he really outstruck Corey Sandhagen because Corey did nothing and he won by tappy low kicks, and that's what he does. That's what Umar does. He just throws these kicks that do no damage. That's what he does. He has no pop. He has no power. He gasses. He has no. People say, "Oh, he's a great grappler." He has no. He gets you down. He holds you, and nothing happens. Listen, if you feel like O'Malley, I would be scared for O'Malley, but for like Davison Figueiredo is a decent scrambler. He had no problem getting up. Umar is not that good. Like, it's not. The thing is that if you look at Islam, it's like he's big. Like, against like Morales, I don't think he can do it. You know what I mean? The same thing with Umar. Umar could hold down like this the lower ranking guys because they're not as big as strong and like higher ranker guys. You know, it is how it is. That's how these sports work. You know what I mean? Like lower weight class, lower ranked guys have worse chins, worse cardio, and less power and strength. Okay, in general, go down the rankings, and like you may say technique, but technique a lot of times is built on like chin and strength. Because if you get chinned, what's the point? Like, you would never go up in the rankings. So it is how it is, you know. And Umar has no real power. His strength is overrated. Like, he's not that strong. It's just that core is weak. He has no submissions, threat. If he gets a position, he would just be happy to just hold it. So anyway, Umar fucking sucks. Davison fucking sucks because he doesn't even try anymore. He just throws 2 punches, as I said. Threw 2 punches per round. And that's it. The thing is that Umar has a decent chin. And that's it. If you went to the body, fuck off, Davison. Like, retire and just leave us alone. I don't want to watch these fights anymore. There's no point of being up 4 in the morning to watch this dreadful fucking fight. It was 3:30 in the morning. You're lucky I was playing One Piece Pirate Warrior 4, so you're lucky. I wasn't that bored because I just look away and just look back again because, good lord, it was fucking disgusting and boring. Let's talk about other boring fights. Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. What the fuck's up with Natalia? First of all, why Natalia Silva has a short on? Usually she doesn't have a short on, right? Why does she? Was she fat? Was she like ashamed that she was fat or something? Yeah, man, that's the reason. Whatever. I don't know. It's funny to think about, but I thought Namajunas won like round 1 and 2 on damage, because in the first round Silva did fuck all and got hurt in the boxing with some punches in and there. She just low kicked her range. Like, Natalia Silva is good, but she's too reliant on kicks, which is good for women's MMA in terms of like damage that you can create with leg kicks and stuff like that. But in round 3, Natalia Silva did punch her, which is impressive, you know. Crazy stuff for an MMA fighter to punch. But it was dog shit, and she got held down by Namajunas. It's over. You know what I mean? If Shevchenko fights Natalia Silva, it's over. She's gonna held her down for 5 rounds. I don't want that to happen. Just make Shevchenko versus Kelly Harrison. Fuck Nunes. You know, who cares about Nunes? Moving on, best fight of the night is Silva versus Arnold Allen. It's just the best fight. It's not even close, you know. Allen almost won, but I bet he broke his hand. God damn it! Why? I was almost right, man. I was almost right, but he broke his hand. Why? Like, he was hit in the first round. Silva just stood there and got hit. Dude, besides like the last 10 seconds of the fight, man, of the round, god damn it, man. Like, he hit him like with a straight left hand over and over and over again. If he did like straight left hand, then head kick or a front kick or like an elbow or something more dynamic, he would have fucking folded Silva, or at least hurt him a little bit more, cut cut him open or something. But he didn't do any of that. He stopped low kicking after like 3 low kicks for some reason, even though Silva is no like leg kick defense. He went for takedowns where he should have went for clinches for some. And Silva just stronger than Allen, and Silva was just hitting him with good straight and hooks. Like, Silva is good, but his defensive tendencies are so bad. The problem is that featherweight, you think, is like one of the greatest division of all time, but in reality it's pretty fucking mid. There is nobody in there. So even though like the best fighters in the world are featherweight champions, just the best, the division is so mediocre for some. I don't understand. I don't get it. But if you become a featherweight champion, you're the GOAT. I don't understand how that works, but it's how the sport works. Like if Silva goes to lightweight, it murders everybody. You know what I mean? They suck. Featherweight and lightweight are so no real divisions. Like they're so fake. Like you think they are elite and they are like mediocre at best sometimes. Like all the time, just think to myself, maybe a welterweight would beat these guys. Besides like Makachev, like if you put like all the lightweights at welterweight, I think you just lose because, dude, I don't know. Sometimes you think about it, it's like Volk's so good, but why is where was Dan Ige ranked? I don't get it. Dan Ige is not that good. Like, he throws like 2 punches. Yeah, it is. So anyway, the fight was good, but it makes you think about like, Allen came from an injury, a long layoff, so you cannot say bad things about him. But good lord, almost, man, almost. Just he need a little bit more grit, a bit more composure, just a little bit more. But I think he broke his hands. Fuck off. It's the best fight, but in terms of like techniques and like actually a fight that is interesting to watch. Techniques, there's prowess in the sport and in the martial arts, like understanding some things here and there compared to the other fights where they're just disgusting. Let's talk about something disgusting. Thai versus Fujit. I put it a D tier. It was like this Thai guy is not a welterweight. He's fat. I say it. This guy will go nowhere. He's too slow. He's not good. He's just fat. He's just a fat guy. This is boxing. I'm not saying anything to disparage him, but he's just fat. He's too fat. He's like welterweight, middleweight, Tabby Man, Taco Boy, Calvin Gastelum. He's just that. Just Calvin Gastelum, but welterweight. He's just too fat, isn't it? If someone hits him in the body, this guy fucking falls off. So I don't think he will go nowhere. I'm not saying it was a good performance, but Fujit is just so like if he doesn't win off of kicks, he's just like, I'm done, and just does nothing, gets hit in the head and gets TKO'd. So it wasn't bad. It was funny to watch. Especially, it was early in the night, so I wasn't as annoyed as the card went on, but it wasn't bad. Krylov versus Bishuk, awful. Better than this. Listen, Mr. Modest Kapopaskas, good lord, he sucks. I thought it would be better than this, but he really doesn't have no understanding of punches at all. I did watch the fights, but I felt like the Krylov was out of it. And I shouldn't do this anymore. You should never... but you should, because Figueiredo does this. Like, I don't know how you do this. How can you... Do you think... Because you think logically, Figueiredo should kill Umar. Doesn't do it. Because he doesn't fight anymore. I mean, Krylov got smirked twice in a row in the same way with punches and his low kicks or something like that. Stupid shit like that. I mean, this fight, he didn't do it. He went in and just outstruck Medeska easily, but this guy's no power. I don't know how you can be a light heavyweight, have zero pop in your shot, not even rocking him, not even like stumbling him really bad, anything. He had nothing for Krylov. Krylov just went around, I was striking with kicks, body kicks, just ran around him goofily, just terribly. Like, you think Yuri Prohaska is weird when he fights? That Krylov just has no, like, just makes no sense. How is he winning? Just throwing kicks, punches, I don't know, with falling over at times. I just, how did he beat Ozdemir? I don't understand. I get it, he out grappled him, but how the fuck that happened? Ozdemir is a bad boxer. He's a best striker. States out. MMA makes no sense. Like, Ozdemir is so much better. He beat Guskov. Again, it was like they beat Guskov, but he just destroyed him. And nobody else is able to. How did Ozdemir beat Guskov, but Jan Blachowicz couldn't? Even though Jan Blachowicz has no arms anymore, but because of the surgery or stuff. But how did that happen? Maybe Krylov is just weak to strong punches. Maybe that must be the reason, because there's no other way. That's why he went to a decision with Ankalaev. There's no other way. But Kaskas fucking sucks. You should think. I always think like your opponents mean nothing. You should always look at the fight like in a void thing, like without any like opinion of what you think the fight was, but just look at the fighter by itself and what he brings to the fight. But good lord, he has nothing. He just 1-2 hooks and he misses. Has no understanding of like space and distance. Is depressing. Let's do Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. It's a B. I see. Let's put a B. Is it B? Like, in terms of fun, it was funny. In terms of MMA, dog shit fight. Like, I will never rewatch this. Like, I always rewatch like Peter Yan versus Marab, or like Volkanovski versus Islam, or whatever. Certain fights that you watch over and over again, or whatever. Even other fights, lower level competition, interesting. And this one is just not fun. It was just Paddy. Like, I don't get Paddy Pimblett and his game plan. Like, I'm not asking him. I thought he would just click. Like, my idea was this. Okay, Gaethje usually Gaethje, what he does is that he backs against the cage and throw punches. That's what he does. That's all he does, and he throws like 1-2 punches at a time, and then maybe a low kick. And you Paddy Pimblett, what you do is you back against the cage. You fucking stupid moron! How can you be this dumb? Imagine if that was Ilya Topuria. Good lord. If that was Ilya Topuria, Justin Gaethje has the most overrated power of all time. He punches you, he rocks you, can KO you for save his life. He can't do it. He has the power to knock you over, but not the power to just shut you off. I don't get it. If that was Ilya Topuria, Paddy Pimblett is done. He gets KO'd, flatline KO'd, worse than Volk. Like in the first minute, man. First minute. Chin up. I get it. He had a chin up in the air. He has terrible boxing. I know about that. But he has no power, though. We have to tell you this. Paddy Pimblett is weak. And I think the weight cut doesn't help him. So, but I don't think he can go to like welterweight. Because his boxing is his boxing is worse than practice. You know? It's worse than Michael Morales. It's worse than like, I think even Neil Magny is better boxing than Paddy. Like, Sean Brady is better boxing than Paddy. And Sean Brady sucks in his boxing. His chin is so up in the air. Just looking up at the ceiling all the time. How? Because he has a good chin, right? Imagine if he tucked his chin, he would be like Yuri maxing out there. But Yuri has like better striking than Paddy. Like I don't get it. How can a light heavyweight have better like understanding of striking than a lightweight? I don't get it. Like his stance is dog shit. He stands there like he's holding a Wii remote or something. Like it's so bad. So bad. But when I thought about, but here's the thing, okay, about this fight, is that Paddy Pimblett outstruck Gaethje. He struck him every single round practically because of the low kicks, the body kicks, the jabs, and whatever. So he outstruck Gaethje. But the problem is that when Gaethje hit him, he just destroyed him. And all that only for because of him because of him having his chin up in the air. If he didn't have his chin up in the air, Gaethje punches wouldn't be as powerful, I think. It still hurt, but it would be less. It wouldn't be out of position and whatever, so it'd be good lord. But what I thought is like Paddy should just clench whatever Gaethje tries to close in. Just stop moving, don't go backwards, just stand still and grab Gaethje. That's what you're supposed to do. You grab Gaethje, you fucking pull guard on him. Just do a Royce Gracie on him. Just pull guard and hold him on the ground and work from there. Do something like cool or something. Try to like go for a 50-50 and push him against the cage. But he was so weak on the clinch, was Paddy, wasn't he? That's really the only thing that I wanted from Paddy. I wanted Paddy to, because at the range, Paddy was winning on the feet, and then he would just get slightly hit, chin up in the air, go back against the cage, get murked. What the fuck is wrong with Paddy? Why? Just clinch. Whenever he pushes against the cage, shoot for a takedown. Get it stuffed. Who cares? Like, other times it was like that north-south position or whatever you want to call it on the ground. And he would just sit there. I don't understand. Why did he just flop back? Gaethje's not going to pull a guillotine at you, okay? It's not going to happen. You have to know, certain fighters don't bring any danger to certain positions, man. So disappointed in watching. Like, if you want to have fun, just watch MMA chill reaction to the fight. It's so funny. Like Guru, I like Guru, but Guru is too much already. He loves scraps and that's it. But I'm like in the middle. Kind of like, I'm a bit like Guru. I like scraps and striking. But I'm like Chade, I like smart people. I hate dumbasses. I hate awful game plans. I hate just being retarded. I hate when someone goes in the cage and they just listen. You can be bad. I mean, you can lose a fight because the other guy is smarter and better than you, and whatever. But when you're stupid, I hate you. It's kind of like Rufi versus Benoit Saint-Denis. People say, oh, Benoit Saint-Denis is such a great grappler. He's so good and so this and that. He smoked Rufi. He didn't. Like, what happened is that Rufi got taken down. Then at a certain point, he got back up. Then he got taken down again. Rufi reversed position. That's what he did. He reversed position. He was on top in full guard or half guard or whatever. I remember. I need to watch the fight. Not that it matters anyway for against the Fiziev. Reversed the grappling, and then he stood back up instead of like elbowing and punching and tiring Benoit Saint-Denis on the ground. I hate that. That's stupid. I fucking hate when that happens. When fighters do that. Why is so dumb? Stop being dumb. Hold them on the ground. Who cares if it's boring? Win the round. If you win, you annoying the opponent. You know what I mean? You demoralize them in certain ways. That's it. That's important. The sport is not just damage; it's about demoralization as well. If you get held down for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then next round comes along, you're fucking shitting your pants because you don't want to get taken down again. But Paddy's stupid. I don't understand. I don't understand what's the game plan. I don't understand a lot of times what people do in gyms. What do they do? They train really? I don't understand how a grappler doesn't shoot for takedowns. I don't understand how they don't have good takedowns. What do you mean you don't have good takedowns? You get up in the morning and you fucking slide about trying to do a single leg and a double leg. You do like shadow wrestling. You do it every day. You do it every day. You get up in the morning, you 20. You go to the bathroom, you piss, you do all the 20. You do it every day until it becomes ingrained in your mind. Okay? No. Some reason, some people, supposedly high level athlete, can't do it. Why? You're not even trying. Try and lose. It's better doing that way than just not trying and getting battered for no reason. And Justin Gaethje did cheat, but that's not Justin Gaethje. You should know this. He does eye poke, like he loves eye poking people. Did it against Edson Barboza and whatever other fighters. So you should expect that. Stupidly, Pimley just went for a jumping knee and hit someone in the groin just engage. Dumbass. Why jumping knee? I understand. Do a step in knee. Why jumping? You should jump knee if you like set it up with a punch and just engage does his holding the guard down. But why you just throwing the jump knee? That's why I don't think it's like a great fight. It's a fun fight, so it's a B tier. But in terms of like great, it's fucking dog. It's unwatchable. Like I would never rewatch it again because it's so stupid. I hate stupid fights. They're not fun to me. I hate when people are low IQ. I hate when they don't have a decent game plan. Paddy Pimlet threw leg kicks, body kicks, and just no power, no pop. And then he's like, I should change my. He'd need them into the body, but the knees were like weak. They're not turnover and powerful with a lot of weight on it. They're just like tappy knees. It's just. What I mean is that Paddy did the correct things, striking Justin, but he did no damage, so it's useless. So go for the grappling, you knobhead. Sonya Dong versus Sean O'Malley. It's like a B again. Maybe no. Let's go ICC, I think. It was not terrible. Not terrible. It was okay. I don't know why people are giving the fight to fucking Sonya Dong. I don't know what he did. What did he do in the first round? Missing punches? Like, in the second round, he won. He landed the bigger punches and whatever. He kind of rocked O'Malley. But Sonya Dong has the most overrated power of all time. Kind of like Justin. He just has like this thunder pump, just this power that is really thudding or whatever. But he's like, there's nothing with it. Like, he has no, like, he connects, but he has no real power, like, kinetic power. I don't know how to say. He's hits, but the energy just fucking poofs. But yeah, Sean O'Malley fucking sucks in the grappling, doesn't he? God dang. He's so mediocre in the grappling, but Sonya Dong is fucking dog shit on the feet. As I said, he went to a close decision against Cejudo. What are you doing? You suck. Put Sonya Dong against Peyton Tabet. Peyton Tabet fucking schools Sonya Dong. Dude, Sonya Dong in the third round, like, being desperate for takedowns. Oh, please give me a takedown, Sean. Like, this is pathetic. Push him against... Sean is, like, too good in the footwork, you know, man. He moves too much. He's too good for that. At least time, and he's too good, like the knee and all that. You know, he's just too good. And his third round, he dominated. The first round, he just outstruck him easily. It's because Song Dong like hit his sub low kicks or whatever, and then held him down for 30 seconds, throwing Peter Patty body shots. Doesn't mean he won the round. You know what I mean? The fuck you doing here? That's not how it works. It's damage based scoring. No number of punches that you landed in a sequence. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's a pit pat punches that do no damage really. They're like harm punches. What are we doing? Why are so many people retarded? Like, this Paramount deal is bringing out the most stupid people in the world. Like, what is happening? Like, it's just the first event. They're already dumbasses. Like, people say Polyev got robbed. He didn't. He didn't. He got hurt in the first round. Damage by scoring. Got hurt in the second round. Damage by scoring. He got dropped. He got hurt. That's damage. Doesn't matter if he kind of lost the whole round. He didn't hurt Gutierre. If it hurt Gutierre bad, he would have won the round because damage, then plus pit pat. But he didn't. So it doesn't matter. That was it. That was UFC 324. This is the rankings. Goodbye.